We must be alerted every time a user sees a 404 error on our site. Had the boss not insisted on an email being sent, then I would have simply crunched the logs for him. The point of the story is that it's malicious compliance, not I purposely chose a shit course of action to wind my boss up. Anyway, on with the story. This happened around this time last year. I'm a website developer and I used to work for the stupidest buffoon of a man who had no clue about web development. He just ran the company, managed the accounts, etc. But he thought he did. He read articles on web development and forced us to implement the new things he had spent 5 minutes reading up on almost weekly. One day, he was messing about on our company's site, and because of some work I was doing, one of the pages he was trying to look at was temporarily unpublished, resulting in a 404 error. This is just what the website tells you when a page can't be found at the URL you're visiting. He went berserk and lectured me on how this was completely unprofessional and if a customer ever saw it we'd lose them. I rolled my eyes and said it was only for a minute and it was fine. He then told me we needed to be alerted somehow every time a user got a 404 error on the site. First of all, this is ridiculous. You don't need to be alerted every time this happens. Second of all, sites get hundreds and hundreds of 404 errors every day due to automated scripts trying random URLs to see if they can find anything good, or spiders trying to look for pages that may have once existed but don't anymore. I explained this to him but he wasn't having any of it. No, we need to be emailed every time this happens so we can fix it. I was crying with despair internally at this point, but I decided it'd be hilarious to prove my point anyway. I set up a script on our 404 template that'd email him every time a 404 page was displayed and left it overnight. I came in the next day to find him sitting there scrolling through pages of his webmail trying to delete the 4,000 or so emails that had arrived overnight. The best part was you could search for the subject, but at most only 100 were displayed at a time, so he would have had to delete 40 pages of emails. I also made sure to take my sweet time disabling it, so he probably got a couple hundred more before I got round to doing it. For maximum malicious compliance, include the URL in the body of the email. Then, he'll get the email, click on the link, and generate another email. This reminds me of the customer who asked me to supply him with a list of all the URLs on his site that returned a 404.